Hello everyone, it's Christine from London Gifties, and today I thought we could spend a little bit of time together and I could try and attempt to have a little bit of a chatty tutorial, so to say. Again, I've never done tutorials before, so I don't know how it's gonna go. This is also something that I've seen other people do. I have not invented this, so I'm just showing you how you could be doing this. This is not the wrong or the right way to do it. It's just something I wanted to share, because lately I've been into painting these sort of layered flowers, and I posted them, and you guys seem to be interested to see a video about them. So let's try and do one. So the materials that I'm going to be using is this Kali papers, 15 times 15 sketch book thingy. It has 150 GSM paper. It's not the thickest, but it's quite nice to use. Other things I'm going to be using are my paints. So these are just some sample paints, so they look a bit grubby, just because they're not shop grade. They're just the ones I've made for myself to test them out, and another set of, again, my own paints. It's quite handy because this one comes with a little mixing palette. I have another mixing palette just in case I need to use it. Next, I'm gonna have this little paper towel in order to dry out my brushes. I'm gonna be using two water containers for clearing out my brushes, just in case they get too dirty in the process of the video. And I have my brushes, and I think the one that I want to be using is my Princeton Art and Brush Company brush in the size of 12. I got this off Amazon, and maybe some other brushes, but I don't think so, so I'm just gonna leave them here for now. And yeah, oh yeah, and another thing, because the flowers are layered, I'll have to wait until each layer dries. So what I'm going to be using is this heat tool from Dovecraft. It's also from Amazon or eBay. You can get them pretty much everywhere. I'm going to be using it to dry off in order to, you know, be able to film the video and not wait an entire day. So yeah, that's about it. Let me just zoom in a tiny bit on the most important bit itself, which is the paper. And yeah, let's do this. So again, this is something I have discovered myself. I did not I did not invent this. I saw somebody else do it, and I'm just doing it myself because I think it's rather fun. Okay, so I'm just wetting my brush. I don't have any paints pre-set up, but the tones that I want to go with is sort of purple and lilac and blue. I think that would work nicely. And I'll start with this one straight out of the pan. And what I'm going to do first is a full flower head. So I'm just drawing the petals out. I'm going to start with 4 petals for this layer. Very nice light color. And again, the petal shapes doesn't really matter. Just, you know, play it by the ear. On the other side, I'm going to make a side flower. So flower from the side, sort of hanging. So I'm going to make just the one here, and maybe, shall we do another one and another one over here? So we drew 2 side flowers and one from the, and that's the first layer done. I'm gonna rinse out my brush, and I'm gonna use the heat tool to dry it in order to speed up the process. Again, the key here is to make sure that the first layer or the previous layer is completely dry before you go in with the next layer. I'm gonna add a different purple tone to this one. And maybe mix in a bit of this. That looks nice. And let's go with the second layer, and you do the same thing. You just draw a couple of petals on top, overlaying the first layer of the petals. You can build as many layers as you want this way, to be honest, as long as you know, are patient or just draw them properly in between. You can create whatever you like. And add another petal from this side view. And another one over here. Again, rinsing out. And let's dry this layer. Yep, next layer's done, and I think we could go with something a bit more lilac blue, maybe. Let's see what we have. Ooh, that's nice. Okey-doke, and let's have this blue. And have it on top. Again, drawing out same sort of shaped petals on top of the ones that we've already done. And in the middle, I want to add a nice color. What shall I add? Maybe this. The very middle. And let it seep out. And let's add the blue petals also for these bad boys. So this went a little bit crazy here. I think I'm going to paint a different middle because it just looks a bit murky at the moment. Okay, and again, drawing the next layer. Okay, so I'm going to put the middle French lucky red, just to have it. Now it looks a bit too round and too neat, but oh well, that's absolutely fine. Ooh, oopsie daisy. And let's connect these bad boys here. That's just not very necessary, but I just want to add a little bit of an accent there. And the next layer that we're going to be doing are the leaves, which we can also layer. So it's going to get some green mixed up. And just add the stem. And add some leaves with just simple brushes dragging the belly across the page. Like so. So 2 leaves for this one. And let's add the stems for these. And some leaves. Be a bit smaller for these ones. Again, 1 or 2 simple drags of the belly of the brush down the page. Okay. It's a bit of an empty space here, but should have maybe done a third flower up there. Maybe we could just quickly draft it in, because I think that space is a bit empty and a bit wasted. So let's draw in a quick third side flower up there, and again drawing the layer. Okay, let's add the second petal for this flower up here, and a third one. I want to do something a bit different than the blue that I put down, so that will do it. So again, drawing. Very simple. And let's put a no, that's the fourth, just over the top here. So this sunflower will have 4 petals, and then move on with the stem for this one, and add the leaves. Maybe just one leaf. Yep. And you guessed it, drawing time. Okay, let's move on and mix another green. To put the next layer of the leaves. So got a bit of green. Mix in a tiny bit of this, a bit of luster, and second layer of leaves. Nice and light, and I think yeah, I think we're gonna go with another layer. So let me mix up this paint. The last layer of the leaves, a tiny bit of different green. So we're gonna add some coral green and put in a bit of orangey brown. So we're gonna get like a foresty green. Okay, let's try these ones again. Okay, last layer of the leaves. This light brown green. Mix up some more. It's a bit of a different tone this time. I don't know. Kind of a murky green, swamp green, shall we call it? There's a lot of water on this one. Bit of a longer leaf here, and should we put this one here? A bit messy, but again, is just a bit of fun. And yeah, that's basically it. Let me just dry this layer very quickly as well. Okay, I didn't have to dry it completely, but that's basically the first page done. And I thought what we could do is do the second page again. Let me zoom in a tiny bit. And yeah, let's try something a bit more different. So I'm going to be, sorry, picking the paint. And simply creating one petal. A bit bigger, so I'm trying to kind of put this in the center of the page, sort of. One petal here. Nice and big and brave little petal. And drying. And we're gonna pick a different paint, a different tone, sorry, for each of the small leaves. So I've never tried it before, but I thought that could be interesting. Why not? So let's give that a try. Next one, a bit more kind of salmony pink, in the color of Canterbury Bells, which is actually a flower, so that's pretty cool that we're using it. Okay, as simple as that. That's the next layer. Washing out, and let's try it off. And on we go with the next paint. The next tone of paint, sorry, keep on mixing up my words. Again, it's my first tutorial, or sort of tutorial. I'm not sure if this can be called tutorial, but so I probably need quite a lot of improvement in making these, but just wanted to show you guys what I've been doing lately. I've been quite obsessed with drawing these in all tones and all places. I've drawn this journal almost solely with just this type of flower, so thought, yeah, thought to share. Okie dokie. These two tones, I think, has a very nice overlay kind of thing going on. Next tone that we're gonna pick is a bit kind of very light pinky, so that should show nicely. Okay. Made it a bit too short, the petal. Now I think I made it just ginormous. It's okay. Adding a bit more paint. And you know the drill, drying out. Let me put the ones that we've done aside. It's picking up. Ooh. Next paint. There's cat hairs everywhere, sorry. Gotta pick them out. Bit of a deeper color here. Let's dry this off. Okay. So maybe we could do this very light one. Let's see how this works. Is it gonna work? Because it's very, very light, and I don't know how it's gonna look on the white paper. If it's gonna. Let's do it up here. Okay. Not too bad. Okay. And dry it. Okay. Let's go with this one now. A bit more purple, lilac purple tone. Okay. And maybe kind of lilac blue tone, if we could squeeze in. Let's see if this, would this work? I think so. To sort of connect the purple one and the very light one together. Okay. And there we go with the last petal of our sort of assorted colored flower. And drying the last petal. And let's now add some little green leaves, just like we did with the previous one, just on the side of it, to fill up the page and to just have a little play around. So 2, add one here, 3, and maybe a small one way up here. Let's try it off. And let's add another layer for the leaves, just to finish it off. Again, when you're painting it, you can just, you know, run wild. Do whatever you feel like you want to do. Do you want to add more leaves than the actual petals? That's absolutely fine. If you want to try different types of flowers, it still works exactly the same. As long as you do the layering and the drying in between, you can make anything you want, really. Any sort of magic. Any sort of watercolor magic. Everything goes. Let's dry off the leaves again. Kind of want another quick layer of leaves. I'm going to make them a bit more brown. A bit more darker, maybe. Yeah, this looks nice, actually. Let's mix this up. Nice and light leaf to finish it off. And you can layer, obviously, the leaves the same way. We just layered the flower petals. And last, dry. And yeah, that is basically everything. So we created this flower with all different types of tones for each petal and 3 colored leaves over here. And this is the one that we started with, where we did one flower. It looks a bit awkward, this flower does, but you know, that's okay. We did this one flower facing from the front and 3 little side ones. I think these are my favorite. They look very cute. They kind of look like you could paint snowballs this way, I think, in early spring. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. That's what we've created today. I really hope that this was useful, that you enjoyed it. Let me know if you tried it out, if you liked it, any suggestions you have for any future, you know, walkthroughs or tutorials you would like to see. I'm very happy to make them. And yeah, just let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.